You know something? I can't stand this woman. I can't stand this damn woman. She is an empty ass shell. And I hate listening to anybody who's fake. Somebody who doesn't even believe in anything. They're just putting on an act. They're just reading a script. You know, that's one of the major things I can't stand about Candace is that she's a fake person. Do you know what it's like to have somebody just lie perpetually, just in your face, just bullshitting you every step of the way? They don't stand on anything. They adapt your talking points, your position when it comes to different issues. They try to sound like you, but they're not you. And basically, they go whichever way the wind blows. Anything that's financially feasible for them. I can't stand this woman because basically, what she does is she puts up an act until she finally cashes out. She is truly a snake. Listen to this.
People have is there. What I can say about JD Vance is I personally have not
And like I said, she is so goddamn fake. She pretends to not know this. She pretends to not know that. This lying ass woman is aware.
dealt with him, but I trust the people who trust JD Vance. Okay.
So she trusts the people who trust JD Vance. How the hell do you trust a third party? You don't know. One second. Did she say she doesn't know JD Vance, but she trusts the people who trust JD Vance? What the hell sense does that make? One second. I think that's what she said.
What I can say about JD Vance is I personally have not dealt with him, but I trust the people who trust JD Vance.
Okay, so she hasn't dealt with him. She doesn't know him like that, but she trusts the people who trust him. Okay. Okay. You know. So basically, you trust people who trust a person who you don't know. Okay.
Okay, now you may say you shouldn't trust somebody third party. No, it means something when Tucker Carlson, who is
Who's another piece of work? Who's another goddamn actor? How many times does that guy change his position? And only thing he does, like I said, he articulates a position that he does not believe it. You know what I'm saying? He turns on a dime. How can people stand and listen to these damn liars, man? Like, I can't stand this type of stuff. You know what's so funny is that Jenk sits up there, Jenk and Anna. I know, look, they try to find some kind of common ground. I get where they're coming from, but they are more genuine than the people who they talk to. I have my issues when it comes to the Young Turks. I can talk about that to a different video, but they try to actually find some kind of common ground. They actually believe what they say, and that's the thing. Like, it's hard to listen to somebody who's fake, man. Like, that irritates my damn soul, because just imagine having somebody in front of you that's lying to you, like obviously lying. Like, imagine, let's see, let me give you an example. Imagine that you have somebody who is trying to get close to you. So what they do is repeat everything that you say that you like, and all of a sudden it becomes what they like. You know what I'm saying? And the purpose is to get close to you in order to finesse you out of something, do a grab bag. I can't think of a more Weasley ass disposition.
He's been a warrior for America, who has taken a ton of figurative bullets for America, who has lost his job for
America, 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 America. You like she's taking on the whole vernacular. I'm waiting for her to say America first.
taking a stance that we should be America first and
Oh my God, man. Okay.
because he refused to toe the line, whether it be on vaccines or whether it be on Ukraine. It means a lot when Tucker Carlson says, "I like this guy, and this guy is well suited to be the Vice President of the United States." I know some other concerns people have is they're saying, "Well, Peter Thiel is funded his way through the Senate." I'm not clear on what the issue is there with Peter Thiel having funded his way through the Senate.
Yeah, she doesn't know anything. She doesn't know anything. She's just, oh, I don't know. Okay. When you're connected with these tech oligarchs, I'm looking at you sideways. You are the company that you keep. So the fact that somebody puts a heavy amount of funding behind you, that means they see something in you that they want to exploit. And these people, these politicians, man, they are bought and paid for. You understand me? So anybody who sits up here and trusts these tech feudal lords, I've heard actually Sam from Majority Report say that. I've also heard Steve Bannon say that. Basically, I think these are like freelance style agents. Their whole purpose is in, they're just freelance with their stuff, and they are. Let me just tell you something. I do not trust these tech oligarchs. Because they're not in the area of creating life. From what I can tell, they seem to be in the area of taking life, and that's why it's like, man, look, man, just follow the money trail when it comes to these guys. Anybody connected with them, I'm like, okay, watch this guy. But, Candace is so damn fake, man. Like, she literally will vouch for anything. If you pay her 3 times as much, she walk backwards. Her opinion is for sale, And I don't expect for her to have some kind of deep loyalty to an avenue that sees her as a perpetual enemy because she is a quote-unquote black woman. Well, you know what I'm saying, black in the sense of the aesthetic. But as far as mindset-wise and as far as any kind of, constructive community, no. No. That is not what she is. She's Caribbean. She's not a foundational black American. Her opinion is strictly coming from personal self-gain. She just thinks about herself. And that's it. But, like I said, man, fake as hell. Fake as hell. So, I mean, what can I say, man? I mean, they set this stuff up. And look, I do not care for the whole Groyper audience, but yeah, we're walking the same direction when it comes to this stuff. It's not even that we trust each other or believe in each other, but I see the shit that they see when it comes to an overreach from these, billionaires, because I see how goddamn dangerous they are. What is she saying? Zionist playbook of showing an old clip pretending that nobody changed their minds. I was about to say, bitch, you don't change a man. You don't change a man. You only switch your position. When I say that, I mean you don't believe in anything. You just change your direction. You see which way the wind's blowing, and that's the direction that you go. That's how she even got into the whole Palestine stuff. You think she gives a damn about the Palestinians? Come on now. People who live halfway around the world, and she don't give a shit about people where she lives. She's not doing this from some kind of humanitarian angle. Her lane intersects with other lanes. So if you have a damn Groyper audience, and if you have an audience that leans into the whole white nationalist stuff, and at the same token they don't like the Jewish community, and then at the same token, you have Palestinians who are upset when it comes to Israel, and they don't have too much concern for the Jewish community in that regard, and their lanes intersect, then basically you try to gather both audiences. Like, that's the kind of stuff she does, man. Like, this is the kind of person who she is. She's just a fake ass person. So, you know what? I do wish them luck in tearing her down as much as possible. Because she is a damn cancer. She's a polyp. She's not to be trusted. But that's all I'm going to say when it comes to this. Like I said, I'm not a damn eugenist. I don't like how these guys get down. But I do see the threat that they see when it comes to this stuff. But that's all I'm going to say when it comes to this.